Alright, this is Andrew Jolly with Joda Home Inspections. We're here today at 8899 Cyprus Street in Copperton doing a sewer scope. We have the camera pushed out all the way out to what looks like the main city connection. You can see this pipe on the screen. That's the city line. You can see the neighboring houses have some water running down the drain. We're going to pull back and see what we see. That first part, that transition where it goes into the city line, that's called the nose on. That's one of the most important parts of the sewer, because that's an area that can have a lot of issues, and that nose on looks pretty good. I don't see any issues with that. You are about 120 feet out to the city connection. It's a pretty average distance, a little bit long. Average line that I see is around 100 feet. This looks like PVC, possibly a liner. I'll pay attention to if you have transitions or not. But it looks like either PVC or a liner, which is good. That's not the original pipe. See, there's a transition, so that's probably PVC. That's a new plastic pipe. That's what they use on new construction. You don't get buildup inside the lines like you do the old cast iron pipes. You don't have settling issues like you do with the old clay lines. So that's really good that this has been done. One thing I'm looking at is if you have any standing water. You don't want to have any areas of standing water because that would indicate that you have improper grade. So far, you don't have any standing water, which is exactly what we want to see. That looks like a clean out right there. So if you look on the top part of the pipe, you can see that it's coming down from above. That's an access point somewhere in the yard, most likely. Right now it's probably buried by snow, so I'm not going to be able to find it, but that's what that is. A lot of times it's buried by dirt, so you're not going to be able to find it either in a lot of cases. Still looking really good. I accessed today through a clean out in the basement. That makes it really convenient. The clean out faces the wall, which makes it a little tougher, but I was still able to get into it no problem. A little bit of standing water, starting at about 28 feet, and comes back. Okay, so just on a little turn, looks like you have about 3 or 4 feet of standing water. Not ideal, but definitely far from the worst that I've seen. I don't see that it's holding any solids, which is a good sign. And we're coming up on it, but when I pushed out, I found what looked like it might have been a root or something in the line that was impeding in on the line a little bit. I want to look at this as well. So that's interesting because on the top part of the pipe it looks like you might have a little bit of a gap. That's something I'm going to get a second opinion on. And I'll include something in the report about that. But if you look all along the top part of the pipe right here, these look like roofs. You have a very small section where solids are able to get through here, and that's something that could cause a backup. Really what might be best between these two items right here is to have the sewer line cleaned out, because you want to get all this out of the pipe, what you're seeing on the top part of that pipe. That way you can flush solids down and not worry about it backing up. Right now you have about 70% of the line that's blocked. This looks like it's maybe cast iron. If you look at the top part of the screen, you can see how it's kind of rusted looking. That would be most likely part of the original pipe. You don't have a lot of it. This section here, and then it switches to this black pipe, which is ABS. Alright, so we're back down here in the basement now. So just to recap, looks like a lot of the line has been replaced with PVC, which is great. You do have some roots in the line, not far from the clean out, and that's something I would definitely recommend having cleaned out. Probably hydrojetted or at least cabled out so that you're less likely to have a backup. And then I would also recommend, once you have that cleaned out, getting a better look at that odd section of pipe that looks like you might have had a disconnection or a gap on the top part of the pipe. So I'm going to end this recording now.